army enlistment personnel or re-enlistment or for active duty reserves, whatever it may be, are literally the worst people you have to deal with. I know there's a lot of stories about how the recruiters mess you up and everything, but once you're in the military, if they actually get you, you had to deal with them again. On your way out from leaving, when you're leaving base or you're leaving the army, when you're leaving the army, you gotta get these little, you got this sheet, this like out processing sheet, and there's a bunch of boxes, and you gotta get them all signed, all check marked off by the people. Like, you gotta go to this building, get this check marked off. You gotta go to this building, get this thing check marked off. Now, most of it's like, all right, you gotta go to the clinic and get your medical stuff signed off. Then you gotta go to dental, get that signed off. You gotta go to your equipment. It's called CIF. It's like where you turn in your equipment, get that signed off. That's normal. Okay, that makes obviously that makes sense, right? But they got like a section. They got like a section where, okay, if you're leaving this base and you're going to a different base, if you're moving, then okay, you just deal with that and then you leave. They got this other little section for the people that are just, it's called ETSing. They're separating from the army. They're leaving the army, and this is not because you got in trouble and you're leaving. It's not dishonorable. This is like, everybody has to do this. If you fulfilled everything you've done and you're honorably discharged, you still got to do this. If you're leaving the army, they're making you go to a re-enlistment. They're making you go to see re-enlistment sergeants. They're making you go see people so you can re-enlist, right? So it's like you're going through a museum, and on at the end of it, or a zoo or whatever, right? And you're at the end of it. You gotta obviously leave. You gotta leave the exit, but they put the gift shop in the exit. That one little, okay, let's put this gift shop here. That way people can go to the gift shop before they leave. That's literally what this is, because they make you go through a gift shop before you leave. They make you go to a recruitment office before you can finally actually leave. So I walk in. I already made up my mind that I'm not staying in. I'm going to school. I'm going to school. I'm using like the benefits that I got from being active duty for over 3 years to go to school. So now I got to walk into the building. I got my paper. I'm ready to sign it. I already made up my mind that I'm not staying for sure, right? I thought about it. I didn't even hate the army, really. So I thought about staying in, but that was just too much. I'm going to school. So then I got to sit in this waiting room. And then I actually remember joking about with some of the people that were waiting there that the only way they're going to get me to stay in is if I get a tattoo of like the unit crest somewhere, like if they pay for my unit crest tattoo, right? And the morale in our unit, at least from the people that I was interacting with and the people I saw, was like extremely low. Like people did not like being there. So that's why I said stupid stuff like that, just so I can get a reaction from people. Then it's my turn. Then I gotta go talk to this. I'm just gonna say NCO from now on. That NCO is a sergeant. I gotta go talk to this NCO about if I'm staying in or not, right? I mean, he already knows I'm not staying in because I'm getting the check marked off. So now he's gonna try to convince me. He's like, oh, okay, we can get you airborne school. We can do this. You can go wherever you want, blah, 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 blah. And I said, no, I'm good. No, thank you. I was being very respectful. Obviously, it's still the military, so I gotta respect the rank and everything. And obviously, why would I just be an asshole right from the get-go? Like, man's just doing this job, right? So then he's like, oh, okay, are you sure you don't want to do this? And then another sergeant comes in, I guess. Now there's two of them, and then they start like, oh, you can go to Germany, right? Like, girls love freaking Americans, right? You're gonna get so many girls if you go to Germany. Bruh, like, you're gonna get so many fucking girls, bro. You're gonna be swimming and okay, yeah, right. So then they're like that, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm leaving the army, going to school. I already have it planned out. Then they were asking me about my plan, and then I'm like, okay, I'm using the GI Bill. The GI Bill is like education thing, and they give you like money for housing and stuff if you're going to school. I tell them I'm doing that, right? And then they're like, the money you get for housing is not enough. Spoiler alert, it really is enough. But I told them, no, I'm good. Whatever you want to say about that, it's fine. I mean, I also didn't know. So they're trying to play with like they're okay. So now me talking about this now years later, the money from the GI Bill is enough for me to sustain myself. Right? And then I can get like a part-time job, and it's perfectly fine. The way they were making it seem, they were straight up telling me that it's not enough. They were then bringing up other people that got out and were begging to come back in because they're running out of money and now they don't have anywhere to live and blah, 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 blah. And I don't even know if any of that stuff is true, but they're saying that I can't do what I planned out to do because they know it doesn't work, and I might as well just sign another 4 years of my life just because, it didn't work for somebody else, right? So now they're and getting out and staying in, it's a big deal. Like, you got to think about it. I thought about it a lot, and now they're just doing this bullshit just just because they're trash, right? Then they get another third person, and then now that they know I'm not staying in, this one they start. I guess they got butthurt or something. They literally start like harassing me, basically saying that I'm gonna be a failure because I mean, they didn't say it like that, but they were saying, dude, you're not gonna be able to make it. Like, I got so many people that aren't gonna be making it. A lot of people want to think they're gonna get out and they're gonna do this and that, and then they literally lose everything, and like they just fail, right? So then they're telling me that I'm gonna be like this, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting out. Just check mark the box and let me leave. Then they check mark the box. They kind of like, okay, we didn't get him. They relax a little bit, and then they gave me like some. Then one of them I remember was giving me some advice, because at that point, like, I'm not staying in. But like, I could tell it was like a genuine advice, but at the same time, it didn't make any sense because of what he was literally just saying moments before. These people will literally find whatever they can to meet their quota. And I know a lot of people already know that, but I honestly didn't think it would happen after, like, once I was getting out. Like, that's something you still got to deal with on your way out. Also, I also want to show a picture. Like I said, I don't hate the army or anything. I'm glad I joined. But I just want to show a picture of the mattress I was given in my barracks room, right here at the end. I actually should have shown this picture to those re-enlistment NCOs and be like, this is why I'm not re-enlisting.